Hello, dear students. Let's start a new topic. Step 1 in metallurgy, concentration of ore or pulverization of ore. Pulverization of ore. This topic from chapter 7 of class 10th in subject chemistry. Let's open your chemistry book and come on the page number 143. Now, concentration of ore. So, as you know that when ore we obtain from the earth crust, that ore are associated with many impurities such as rocky, earthy material, sand, limestone, mica. So, these all associated impurities is called the gangue or matrix. So first, we remove these gangues or matrix from our desirable ores by a different process, various process. These all process are known as the concentration of ore. So the definitions, what is the concentration of ore? The set of processes used to remove as much of the gangue as possible is known as concentration of the ore, and this process is also known as the ore dressing. The concentration of ore is also called the ore dressing. So there are many processes such as gravitational process, froth flotation process, magnetic separation process, chemical methods. These all process which used for the removal of gangue as much as possible from the ore, that all process are called the concentration of ore. So after concentration of ore, we can get the maximum amount of the metals or maximum percentage of the metal, actually maximum percentage of the metals in the ores. So the concentration of ore, purpose of the concentration of ore is to obtain the maximum percentage as much as possible in the ore, maximum percentage of the metal in the ore. So first we collect the ore from the earth crust. Now the earth crust have a lump of or big size of the ores. So first, after collecting the ores, crush the ore into fine powders, and that process is called the pulverization. So the ore is crushed into fine powder is called the pulverization. Now here the some methods can be applied for the concentration of the ores. So first method is the gravity separation. Now the gravity separations, here the diagram is given. Now the gravity separation method is used if the difference in the density of ores and the density of gangue, if the difference between the density of ore and the density of gangue, that means one is heavier and other one is should be lighter, then we can apply this methods for the concentration of the ore, gravitational separation method. First, we place the crushed ore on a corrugated vibrating table. This is a corrugated vibrating tables. Corrugated, that means CD Numa. Vibrating, that means vibrate up to and fro movement. So first we place the crushed ore on a corrugated vibrating table, and then a current of water washed the ore down the vibrating tables. So this is through this way a spray of water, that is spraying the water on the ores, and that spraying water wash the ores towards the downward. Now the lighter gangue particle which get washed with the water through this corrugated vibrating table, and that lighter gangue particle collected in a container, and the denser ore particle get accumulated in the hollow of the corrugated tables. So these denser ore particles get collected in the hollow corrugated table. So this is the denser particles. So denser ore particles collected, and gangue particle which is lighter collected and washed away with the water and collected in the another container. Now this method is applied if the ores, if the oxides and carbonate ores want to concentrate it. Now in this process the water is spray in the corrugated vibrating tables. So this process is also called the hydraulic washing. So this process is also called the hydraulic washings. Now second method is froth flotation process. Now the froth flotation process, concentrate on this diagram, concentration of ore by froth flotation process. Now this process depends on the preferential vitality of the ores and the gangue particle by the oil used as foaming agent, such as pine oil, which is used as foaming agents. So this process is depends on the preferential vitality of the ore and the gangue particle with oil or water. Oil is a foaming agent, such as pine oil. Now crushed ore is taken in a large tank which containing water and oil, such as pine oil. So first ore is taken in this container containing the oil and water. Now the ore particles get wetted by the water oil. Ore particle is get wetted with oils, and the gangue particle are wetted with the water. Then the mixture is then agitated with the help of compressed air. So this mixture is agitated with the help of compressed air. Now compressed air agitated this mixtures and mixing the oil water with the ores and form the foam. The ore particles that get wetted with the oil form a froth on the top, froth of ore wetted with oils that come on the top and can be scooped out. This froth of ore can be scooped out, and gangue remains in the container below the water. Now, generally this method is used for the concentration of sulfide ores. Now the third method is electromagnetic separation. Electromagnetic separation method. Yeah. Look at this diagram. Electromagnetic separation methods. This method is used to separate ore which are magnetic in nature. If the ore are magnetic in nature, ore is magnetic in nature, as like magnetites Fe3O4, they have the magnetic nature. So this method is used for the concentration of the ore. So if the ore have the magnetic nature, then this method can be applied. Now crushed ore is placed over a conveyor belt. Now this is a conveyor belt. So first the crushed ore is placed over the conveyor belt. That conveyor belt which rotate around the two metal wheels. This is the wheels. These are the wheels. Two metal wheels. One of wheel is magnetic. Now this wheel is magnetic in nature. So first crushed ore placed over a conveyor belt, and that conveyor belt rotates over two wheels, and this wheel is magnetic in nature. So magnetic wheels, and this is non-magnetic wheel. As the wheel rotates, the ore is dropped down. The wheel rotates, the ore is dropped down into trolley placed just below where the conveyor belt is turned backwards. Whereas the magnetic ore is attracted to the wheel which is magnetic. So the magnetic ore which is attracted towards the wheel, and the gang separate from the magnetic wheel, and which is collected on the another container, and gang move away from the magnetic wheels. So this container, in this container gang is collected, and in this container the magnetic ores is collected. So through the magnetic separations we can separate the magnetic ores from their gang, non-magnetic gang. Okay.